Good day! My name is Ryan Ardhapa, and today I will show you how to make a pie crust with lot of tips along the way. You will learn how to make pie dough, how to roll it out, and how to put it in your pie pan. Here are the key points to remember. There are four ingredients in a standard pie crust: flour, fat, liquid, and salt. Flour forms the structure and bulk of the crust. Fat adds flavor and creates a flaky texture. Liquid binds the dough and keeps it pliable. And salt enhances the flavor and helps brown the crust. Number 2. Always shield the fat and liquid before you begin. This prevents the fat pieces from getting crimped into the flour. Most of all, we should remember that when it comes to pies, practice makes perfect. Now, let's proceed to the procedure of making pie crust. Step 1. Stir the flour, salt, and sugar together in a large bowl. Step 2. Cut the chilled butter or shortening into the dry mixture using a pastry cutter or by pinching the fat into the mixture with your hands. You can also use a food processor. To do that, pulse the flour with a half of shortening until it's the texture of cornmeal. Add the remaining shortening or butter and pulse until it's the size of small piece. Step 3. Turn the mixture into a bowl. Step 4. Add the chilled water, 1 tablespoon at a time. Mixing gently with a fork after each addition. You should be able to gently press the dough into a ball. Handle the dough as little as possible. Overworking will make it tough. Step 5. Split the dough in half. Pat the dough into balls, flattening them slightly and wrap them in plastic wrap. The dough needs to rest in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. This allows the flour to absorb all of the liquid, lets the dough relax and become more elastic, and keeps the fat in discrete pieces which will give the crust a lighter texture when it's baked. Step 6. Generously dust a clean dry surface with flour. Remove and unwrap one of the discs of dough from the refrigerator. Flatten the dough slightly with your hands and dust the dough slightly with flour before rolling the dough out with a rolling pin. Start rolling at the center of the dough and work outwards. If you are a beginning pie maker or prefer easier cleanup, you can roll out the dough between sheets of wax paper. Step 7. Roll the dough into a circle 1/4 inch thick or thinner. As you roll it out, lift up an edge or move the dough to ensure it's not sticking to the counter. Add flour as needed. The dough round should be 2 to 4 inches wider in diameter than your pie pan. Use a dry pastry brush to sweep away any excess flour. Step 8. Gently fold the dough in half and then into quarters. If it seems too brittle to fold, try another baker's trick. Roll up the pie crust around the rolling pin and unroll it over the pie plate. Step 9. Carefully pick it up and place the dough into the pie plate so the center point of dough is in the center of the pan. Step 10. Unfold the dough, letting the weight of the dough settle in the bottom and edges of the pan. Without stretching the dough, press the pastry into the pan with your fingertips. Step 11. Use kitchen shears or a paring knife to trim the dough to about a 1/2 inch overhang. Save the scraps. You can use those to bulk up thin areas of the crust when you're fluting the edges. Step 12. If you are making a single crust pie, fold the dough under itself onto the flat rim of the pie plate. Flute the edges of the crust. Loosely cover it with plastic wrap and refrigerate for at least 30 minutes before baking. For a double crust or lattice top pie, refrigerate the bottom crust while you roll out the top crust. Transfer the top crust to a parchment or wax paper lined sheet pan. Cover loosely with plastic and refrigerate while you prepare the filling. And that's the procedure of making pie crust. I hope you learned in this video. Please comment down your thoughts, suggestions, and recommendations. Thank you and goodbye.